Lifeless Moon, despite its name, is anything but lifeless. With Lifeless Moon, developer Stage 2 Studios have crafted what might be one of my favorite indie experiences of the year. The amount of heart and soul they clearly put into this game really resonates through and makes it such an enjoyable experience. My name's Kevin from Save the Game Media, and if you're into classic science fiction or puzzle games, stick around as I tell you about my experience with Lifeless Moon. If you like that, remember to hit that subscribe button for more day one reviews like this. And yes, I know the game's been out on Steam for some time, but this is the Xbox Series X version, which I was provided a code for review. Without further ado, let's discuss Lifeless Moon. Initially, I wasn't sure what to make of Lifeless Moon. The game intros with an explanation of the 1970s space race and thrusts you into the role of an Apollo era astronaut. On your mission to the moon, you find a tear in reality, and you find yourself teleported to another place, another moon. An interesting premise, but the game starts quite slow. It is intriguing and even eerie to be traversing this barren space rock, especially with the fantastic soundtrack and score accompany you, which often makes it feel like a horror movie. It doesn't take long before weird things start to occur. Whether it's fast forwarding through time, visions of your fellow astronauts, or even an entire town suddenly on the moon's surface, the game immediately pulls you into the intrigue of the world and makes you want to discover the mystery behind it. Now, if you're looking for combat, you won't find that here. This is very much an adventure game with some light platforming throughout. One of my immediate concerns was, what if I can't figure out what to do next? Luckily, the game has a fantastic in-game journal, which will direct you pretty clearly where to go, and the game makes it obvious what objects to interact with through the use of lighting. As you progress, you'll find yourself on a variety of moons with different biomes and mysteries to uncover, all playing into what I feel is an interesting narrative. It's hard to discuss without spoiling the game, as it has a very short runtime of about 2.5 hours, which I think is great for something of this type, as it doesn't overstay its welcome and the gameplay loop doesn't get old. This isn't to say the game is perfect. The movement can be incredibly stiff, and you often feel like you're locked into directions, making it hard to jump where you want. The worst part of the game comes in the form of the investigation segments where you are inside buildings and you gotta move this small cursor around to interact with objects in the environment. This feels absolutely terrible, bordering on frustrating to try and get the perfect spot with a controller. It really does not work well. Despite that, I really enjoyed my time with Lifeless Moon. It very much took me by surprise, and I love that. I love when an indie game that wasn't even on my radar can punch above its weight and leave a lasting impression. The game is available right now, and for $13, this is an easy recommend. That's it. Let me know your thoughts about the game if you're interested or if you've played it already. Follow us over at Save Game Media, and until next time, see ya.